or another. I would like to be able to get out earlier. It's not.
You get from because Parsley, next month.
They had every town. in the city.
Where?
You know, where the, Habitat.
Yeah, restore.
Across the street from there,
Okay, yeah.
a couple of stores down. On Main Street.
Carry that in. Yeah.
Put it up where? Put it where?
Yard sale stuff for BCA and Parsley.
Last year, last year.
Years ago.
Oh, yeah, I know, right. Okay. I'm going to call the Hancock August regular town council meeting to order. Have a roll call, please.
Sure.
Debbie?
Councilmember Figgy,
Present.
Councilmember Grubb,
Present.
Councilmember Holdren, Councilmember Marino, Councilmember Knock,
Here.
Councilmember Pettit,
Here.
and Mayor Foskey.
Present.
Okay, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A couple of notes. There's a sign up sheet for just general public comment. We don't have a public hearing tonight, but there are actually two places for public comment. So if you sign up, I'll call you both times. So there's one for the resolution and the other one is just general comments. Turn off your cell phones too, please. All right. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes from July 28th, 2025 normal meeting?
So moved.
Second? Okay, discussion. Have you gotten, I think you've gotten Debbie, you've gotten the corrections. Anybody have any other comments about the minutes? All in favor of accepting the minutes?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
I move that we amend the agenda. I'd like to include a report from the Welcome Center Committee under the committee reports. Under council discussion, we've been asked to add annexation of Liberty Street property. And finally, I'd like to add a closed session for personnel reasons to review Matt's evaluation.
A second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. All right. Public hearing. There is no public hearing, no public presentation. Council action. A resolution to support the VDOT project for 8 new crosswalks. Matt, you wanna?
Sure. If you remember correctly, we were awarded the Ready, Set, Go grant from VDOT when we were looking at doing the King Street sidewalk connection project. That project came in far too expensive for us because there's a matching component. So we restructured it to provide 8 new crosswalks from basically from the wharf all the way up to the town limit, and VDOT's going through and looking at curb cuts and making sure they're all handicap accessible and doing all of that work. In order for them to move forward with our application, they need a resolution showing your support of the project. And before you could vote, they need to make sure that the public had an opportunity to comment.
Okay, is there any public comment on this? No public comment? Okay, make it noted that there was no public comment. Okay. All right, consider the resolution. Town council, we need a motion.
You need somebody to read it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A resolution of the Anacog Town Council authorizing the submission of a final application for the Transportation Alternatives Program, TAP grant, and expressing continued support for the crosswalk safety project. Whereas the town of Anacog previously submitted a preliminary application for funding through the Virginia Department of Transportation's Transportation Alternatives Program for a pedestrian safety improvement project involving the installation of 8 strategically placed crosswalks within the town limits, and whereas the town was awarded preliminary approval under the TAP program, including access to VDOT consultants to assist with design and cost estimation, and whereas the purpose of the project is to improve pedestrian safety and accessibility for residents and visitors of Anacog, and whereas the town has now been invited to submit a final application for TAP funding, which would cover up to 70% of the total project cost, contingent on a 30% local match to be provided by the town, and whereas the town council is supportive of the goals of the proposed crosswalk project and wishes to continue participating in the TAP grant process. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the town council of Anacog, Virginia as follows. 1, the town council confirms its previous support of the submission of the initial TAP application and expresses continued support for the proposed crosswalk project. 2, the town manager is hereby authorized to submit the final application for TAP funding on behalf of the town. 3, the town council acknowledges that while supportive of the project, it will reserve final decision-making regarding the commitment of local matching funds until a detailed and accurate project cost has been received and reviewed. 4, this resolution shall be effective immediately upon adoption.
Second? Okay, just council discussion?
Question. On the agenda, it says that there are 8 new crosswalks. And if I'm correct, I think the agenda came out before the engineers suggested an additional crosswalk across Ames for handicapped access
That's
from
what
the
we're gonna
Main
be,
Street lot.
that's why I didn't make a final list of which 8 we're getting it, because we've got handicap accessibility issues with 3 of the ones that were selected, so we're shifting those, so the number is gonna stay the same. We just need to make sure that they're all
So it won't be
appropriately.
9 instead of
It
8.
will not be 9.
So we're going to see a final thing. Okay, all right. Any other discussion?
Another question. That one is a mention of one across Ames. Are there others that cross streets other than Market? Like, is there one at North?
There's one at North,
I mean,
there's
one
one at Ames,
facing
there's one
north.
at Market, and then there's one at Hill,
Okay,
there's one at Market and Hill.
okay,
There's one at, right now it's set for the corner of King and North. But that one's got handicap accessibility issues, so we're fiddling with that one. But that's
okay.
okay,
So it's not just across Market Street.
no.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, carried unanimously. All right, thank you. Okay, Liberty Street and boundary adjustment.
Yeah, we had been approached about 2 years ago for the opportunity to expand the town corporate limits from Liberty. Our our town boundary line is about 150 feet from Liberty into the farms. What this does is it takes the entire farmland into account, so we would be expanding it up to Tower Road for all of that farmland that would be included in the town. It's generally speaking, it's being done so that we can avoid the confusion about one property in multiple jurisdictions. This will also give the opportunity for council to approve or not approve slow and thoughtful growth in town. So you can do what you want in there. We're going through and sending out the notifications to property owners who are impacted by that. The town and the county are writing one joint letter so that they don't get 2 mailings. So it's going under the county's letterhead, but both of us, Mike and I, will sign and provide all of the information regarding it, which including a plat, including the boundary line adjustment agreement with the county, including the notice that's going to be going in the paper, assuming that we get this vote, for the public hearing that'll take place next month on the 22nd. The county's Board of Supervisors voted to have this moved forward to public hearing at their previous meeting. That will take place on September 17th. So it'll be just before ours. So they'll have a public hearing regarding this matter. We'll have a public hearing regarding this matter. And then after that, our attorneys will make sure that all the documents are lined up and we can approve it. This is a non-contentious agreement, so it's not an annexation. It's a boundary line adjustment that's been agreed upon by both parties.
How many acres is it, just people? It's on
Thank you.
the
I knew it
80
was
something,
written
yeah,
on
okay,
the-
80 something. And all we're asking for tonight is to go out to a public hearing. So there'll be we're not voting on doing it. We're just
No.
getting a public hearing and we're making notice to the property owners, correct? Okay, is everybody clear about that? Okay, all right. Okay.
Another question for clarification, which I think you answered, but I want to hear it explicitly and not just imply it. So this does not bring with it any automatic zoning changes. Is
No.
that true?
No, the town will be, once it's expanded, the town will put the zoning enumeration on the land that it perceives to be correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Looking at the Eastern Shore, or Shore Daily News. And it said that this will allow for high-density housing.
That's not true because we don't have a high-density housing zoning allowance.
According to code, which I read today, any property line adjustment automatically for 60 days until the planning commission looks at it and studies it is R1A, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that takes care of that being property. My other concern was about the sewer capacity. I didn't know that the county has credits in our sewer, and the town has credits in our sewer, and the county, well, I'll just read the paragraph. The only initial concern with the county and the town was about sewer capacity. Because the Anacog plant has limited treatment ability, the county asked that any new development be counted toward the town's allocation, not the county's.
Yeah, there's,
Town leaders agreed, and that condition is written into the proposed agreement.
it's written into the proposed agreement that whatever development takes place within the town of Anacog is considered part of town of Anacog's use of the sewer plant. They've given us an allocation. If you remember way back when we transferred the plant, they gave us, I think it was 25% of the capacity of the plant that we would automatically get access to without any hindrance.
Where are we at now?
Oh, we're significantly less than that. That's a 75 million gallon plant and we only use 200,000 gallons a day, which is about 6 million.
Wait a minute, you said 75 million, no.
It's a 75,
No, it's a-
750,000,
yeah, okay.
sorry, 750,000 gallon per day plant. We only use 210,000 of it right now.
That's more,
Almost a fourth of it, 25%.
Right, but,
We only get 25%.
right, and that's why they're putting this in there. So when the developer who approached us went to HRSD to discuss this project with them, they said they would have to put a pump station in, which would cost up of $1 million. And that backed away, the developer backed away at this point. So if you move forward with this, there's no development plan and we can take our time and do it properly and slowly and thoughtfully.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Based on Councilmember Marino's questions, I have more questions. The 210,000 by my calculations is 28%.
Right.
So it would be over.
If,
The
assuming that
25
we get the development, but if they put a pump station in, that would not be included in the gravity fed sewer system. It would become part of the pressurized system. So it's not included in that number.
Okay.
Goes through our sewage system, right?
Yeah, it's going to go to our sewage system, but that it would be a pressurized input, not a gravity input. Like you're actually further south than any of the property would be, but your property is on gravity fed. What they're saying is because this is, even though it's in between or less space than it is to your house, then they would require a pump station in there for that, which adds to the capacity.
So it seems like the control town council has, is in determining zoning. Is that
Yes.
correct?
So that brings me to my second follow-up question, which is about the 60-day automatic R1A.
Mhm.
Um, That seems like a truck-size loophole.
Well, it's not, because anybody that would develop that property, the only people that have wanted to develop that property, or any property for that matter, are looking for R1B sized 10,000 square foot lots. They're not looking for the larger lots that you find in an R1A. They can't pull the return on their investment that they need with that many fewer houses, even though they'd be higher value. Also, the market doesn't look like it's going to afford larger houses like that. It seems to be focusing more on the 1,500 square foot houses.
Oh, the R1A is the most restrictive residential housing we
Right.
have. So I don't see what, so it's, I don't,
I-
we couldn't zone it anything more restrictive.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
It's restricted.
I was thinking of it the other way around. Thank
right,
you.
okay, yeah, yeah. All right, but this is still plenty of time for comment, good questions, yeah.
Comment.
Yes, ma'am.
When this comes up again,
Next month, yeah.
please put this up on the screen so that people can see exactly what we're talking about. Because I didn't know when I came in here tonight, I wasn't clear. So.
It's going to be very difficult to see that. And if you're talking about the plat, yeah, that's just going to be hard to see from a distance. I have hard copies in the office for anybody that wants them. They're up at the front.
Have them available at our next, when it's on our agenda. next.
Yeah.
So we have a motion on the floor, second, any more discussion?
I don't think we did the
But
motion.
no, I thought you didn't, you didn't
No.
read the motion, I'm sorry. Go ahead, somebody want to read the motion?
Go ahead, Cindy.
Mr. Mayor, move that the council of the town of Anacog direct the town manager to take all necessary actions to arrange for and complete the required notifications to affected property owners and to advertise and schedule a public hearing regarding the agreed boundary line adjustment between the town of Anacog and Accomack County to be held at the regular town council meeting on September 22, 2025.
Second,
Second,
discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Opposed? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Council discussion, discuss the ordinance regarding remote meeting participation. Who's got this one? Is this one?
This came up in the context of the bylaws for the Planning Commission, where I had noticed that there was a difference between the existing Planning Commission bylaws and what state code says now. And when I raised that question, the comment was that then we probably need to look at the town council ordinance as well, because the Planning Commission, what was in the Planning Commission document was based on that. So that's what brought the changes. But in looking at the proposed change to the council ordinance, there's still appears to me, and I saw comments from others too, a piece missing. So there was a suggestion that we run it by the town attorney and be sure we're really in line with what state law says. The one thing that I saw definitely that needs changing is it's on page 14, quorum and voting.
14.
It's 13,
13,
sorry,
okay.
13. A member participating remotely does not count toward the physical quorum of the meeting. I think the correction is to insert a member participating remotely for personal reasons does not count toward the physical quorum of the meeting. In other words, if somebody is attending remotely because of his or her own or being caregiver for somebody with a medical or disability consideration, that person would count towards the quorum, but anybody who was attending remotely for any other reason would not. So that clarification needs to, with whatever the right words are, according to the attorney, needs to be in there before we make the change, I think.
So,
I agree with you, Sarah. I think that's entirely appropriate because, excuse me, the town attorney reviewed the entire personnel manual, so I think this should be in there.
so he hasn't looked at this yet?
No,
Okay, so we don't need he's going to
No.
look at this and we're going to get a copy next month?
correct.
Okay.
When we get our copy, in the past, we've always had the original and the red changes. Can we go back to that?
Well,
Instead
this
of
is
us
the only
looking-
thing you've gotten that hasn't been in that format, but it's so dramatically different in structure that it wasn't going to work that way. So I put the old up top and the new was right there. So it's just the structure,
The old is the paragraph at the top of page 12, and the new is everything after that.
Okay, so we're gonna get a copy
Yeah.
back. Okay, all right. All right. Moving on, here we're into committee reports. Planning Commission?
The Planning Commission did meet on August 4th. We heard a presentation from an Hancock Main Street regarding their strategic direction. That was very informative. We also discussed the staff report and responses to questions that we'd received regarding the Eller property and that request to rezone that property from B2 to R2. I think that's right. There's been, I believe that will go to public hearing in September, 8th of September.
That's just for the Planning Commission public
Just for
hearing.
the Planning Commission public hearing. That's behind Fletcher's old office.
Behind the Newtown sign.
Yes.
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 Yes. We talked about the comprehensive plan progress and discussed a timeline that would complete the intention to have numerous public meetings for input and still arrive at our goal of completing it in a timely manner. And if anyone's interested, I can, is Casey there? No, I don't see her, but I can suggest. Casey, are you there? No. Hopefully we can make that timeline available once we get it finalized. Any questions?
Okay. Economic Development Authority, Lisa.
We had a joint meeting last Thursday with town council to discuss the potential loan/grant funding for the school repairs. Right now, we're in a holding pattern waiting for council to decide whether they want to fund the projects and whether they're going to fund it directly since it's their building/our building. Or if we're going to still do a loan through the EDA. Once that happens, I did feel that there was general support from the EDA to go ahead and take on that project. But I really think the buck stops here first. So that's kind of my report on that.
Okay, I'm trying to, isn't there we passed you had a motion at the last meeting that we have a public hearing at the next meeting for this.
Right.
So are we
The
gonna,
September meeting.
yeah, I don't see how we're gonna, how that's gonna, are you researching the lease change with attorney? Okay, so, oh, I know that, yeah, but so can you get his take on the lease change and then come back to us, get that package. So we're looking at two possible avenues and we can pick which one. So,
Did the EDA agree to meet before our September town council meeting?
Well, we do have a meeting scheduled. I think it's the 17th. Thank you. Yes, we have one
So
scheduled,
that's the same time as the county public hearing.
the 17th.
yeah, we did.
I spoke with Katie today, though. It sounds like we might try to move it back a week, so we'll keep you posted.
All right, so you are going to contact the attorney. He's going to give us a pack. We'll be able to see what we need his written comments so everybody in council can see it. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's just his ideas if that would work. Okay. All right, and the council can decide that. All right, anything else with the EDA? All right. I mean, you didn't discuss any business. That was the only thing we talked about,
Yeah,
correct?
without-
So, okay, so there'll be a further report next time. Yeah. Okay. Community reports on Hancock Main Street.
Okay, Onancock Main Street is currently planning a business event for September 15th called Retail Matters, Shaping the Future from Data to Design, which will be held at the North Street Playhouse from 3 to 5. We sent out invitations at the end of last week. Town council was invited. If you're available, I'd love to see you all attend. Jenny Crittenton from Virginia Retail Alliance is our guest speaker. We've invited all Onancock businesses, Cape Charles Main Street, Chincoteague Chamber, ESVA Chamber, and Scott Hall with Eastern Shore Community College's Workforce Development. Please RSVP when you can. OMS would also like to congratulate Matt and Kim for their fourth place win for USA Today's top 10 bed and breakfasts in the USA. Maggie did a nice little post for y'all. Congratulations. I also want to throw out there, please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Our new program manager has been doing some fabulous posts. And if you're not catching them, please make sure you are liking us and following us. OMS met with the Onancock Planning Commission in August to discuss the scope of our involvement in the town along with our Open for Business program. And Main Street finished one of its murals this month, which is located on the side of Woody's. If you haven't had a chance, please go check it out. Okay, thanks.
Wasn't the other mural starting Wednesday too? Another one?
Thursday.
Correct. Yeah, he's coming. Yeah, so that's on. Yeah. All right. Any questions for Lisa with the Onancock Main Street? Okay. Historic Onancock School, Sarah.
The Historical Nancock School loaned tables and chairs for the Sam Outlaw second festival this past Saturday, which could not have had a better day. So that was great to see the collaboration. Another collaboration is that on this coming Saturday, the 30th at 7:30-ish, depending on how soon it gets dark, the Pharrell Williams movie Piece by Piece, which is a movie made in Lego, will be shown outdoors. Bring your picnic, bring your kids. Free, including popcorn. And the rain date is the following Saturday, September 6th. And then on Friday, September 19th is the Pavilion grand opening with the Irie Tree Band and Phil Rhythm on the stage. And there will be a ribbon cutting from the chamber at 5 o'clock and the show will start around 5:30. We're hoping to have at least one food truck and hope everybody can come and really celebrate.
Any questions for? Okay.
One more thing. The school is pleased to be part of the mural on Woody's.
You're welcome.
Sale 250, Debbie?
We had a meeting 2 weeks ago.
Friday a week.
Yeah, which was not, well, a bunch of people were on vacation and whatnot, so it was just basically recapping what we're trying to accomplish with planning the events. I do have the fireworks guys coming Friday to work on the design and try to get that mapped out. And Lisa and I are going to work next week on trying to get the sponsorship packages together and start looking for sponsors.
Can you tell people when the date is again?
The date of the event is June 12th through the 14th of 2026.
All right, any questions for Sale 250? You're going to hear a lot more about this as we get closer to it. All right, public comment.
Welcome Center.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, I did. Oh, no, well, it's a, yeah, I missed it. I should have, it should have come under committee report. Oh, it should have come back on council discussion or committees. Yeah, Welcome Center. Okay, who's doing that? Hannah? I'm sorry.
I'll get it started.
Okay.
It's very early in the development still. I went through there a couple of times, once last week and maybe the week before, just to get a feel of it, to see what, what it looks like, how it's coming together. I did notice that there were quite a few signatures in the sign-in book. I informed a few of the stores on Market Street about, about the Welcome Center and to prepare themselves for some things that they can put in there, to represent themselves. As far as I know, it's coming along pretty well, for what I can tell. Hannah did inform me that we got some shirts in, and she can fill you in on that part.
Yeah, so we did do 3 shirts, 3 different colors, just with the Hancock logo on them. So we did blue, a green, and a red just to start off. So we're hoping that those can do well, and they're being sold at the marina still. So we have all of the notation of that in the glass case. I finally heard back from the Maritime Museum last week. They are going to be putting 2 ship models in the glass case. They did not know which ones yet, but they're bringing a variety just to see which will fit better. And then they're also bringing 2 oyster cans that they will be putting in there as well. And then they said there will, I think it was 2 to 3 pictures for hanging wise. I've also been talking to a couple of people about trying to get a Willie Crockett original painting put in there. We are still waiting to hear about that. I'm hoping that I get some movement on that. But basically, we're just trying to fill it up and make it as unique to an Hancock as possible. So again, anybody that has anything that they're willing to donate or anything unique to the town, I will love anything that you guys have. So I've gotten some great feedback and gotten some really cool pictures and different things that people have brought in. So it's really neat. It's coming together.
Questions for Hannah?
I have more of a concern. My understanding is that there are 2 landlines in the visitor center. And I questioned the need for those initially, but the last I heard, they were implemented. Is that correct?
Well, they were installed at the router level, but they haven't been, there's no phones attached to them. We have an 800 number for that, but it hasn't been used yet.
So are we paying a charge for it?
No, not any extra on top of the internet.
Okay, good. Thank you.
I have a question about the t-shirts. What's the plan for when the wharf shuts down for sales?
But they can come over here and get them.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it's going to be. I'll just make the little card different and just say, please come to the town hall. So
Yeah, I
that
just
way
get
we can
worried
sell 'em.
about, sales and cash box or whatever down there with,
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Glad to hear it.
I had 2 questions. You mentioned that the businesses were, what are you talking about? You're talking about putting rack cards and things like that in there for the businesses?
But yes, there's a bulletin board, but they got cards.
Yeah, but you're not talking about merchandise or just,
No.
no, okay, all right, yeah, there was one time we were gonna,
No.
original, okay, yeah, just getting information, sure, yeah. And the second question is there gonna be a volunteer manning it? What's the status on that?
We have a list together that Matt has gotten. We just have not felt yet that it's really needs a volunteer at this point in time. I mean, we're still looking for more things to put in there for people to talk about and still trying to get the interactive map straight. It's on my radar, and I need to get a invite together with all of those people to see what I can figure out about scheduling, who would like mornings, afternoons, all that stuff. So it's being worked on.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from them? Okay, okay, so we got everything. All right, now we're on to public comment. If you have a question, if you're a public comment and you have a question, we'll answer it at the end because I'll either answer it at my mayor's report or Matt will answer it at the manager's report. So if you have a question, I'll write it down. So, all right, so Rosemary, you're number one here.
I think all of the projects going on in town are just terrific, but I ask you again not to forget the basketball court in the historic Northeast neighborhood. I go up there generally every 10 days or so. I mean, maybe there was a new wheelbarrow of gravel that was dumped there, but basically the whole thing is just gravel. So those kids and young people up there and whoever else wants to play basketball, that you can't dribble on that stuff. Even I know that, and I'm barely 5 feet tall. And if it seems that we have quote unquote idle money, and I know that it was said at certain points, well, we'll look and see if we have any money to complete that project. But again, I really believe it's a shame on the town that we can't just finish a basketball court. It's been like that for at least 2 years, and it was decrepit before that. So I ask that you put it on the front of your agenda and not keep pushing it off till tomorrow or next month or next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Glenn Smith.
Totally disconnected now.
Quite an entrance, sir.
Mic drop there.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll hold it. It's safer that way. The town is growing. It's growing positively, constantly. In the past 8 years, I'd say everything has been so positive with the town. I want to thank the mayor and council for everything they're doing. But with growing, we need more police. We really need more police. Hiring one, are we still hiring one? Is there one? He's hired? Okay. We need to fill out the schedule. I mean, trespassers, peeping Toms, person dying at the wharf, person making a U-turn in front of Combined Insurance on North Street. Like, and this goes on. You know, you know, we need more police. We need to do something about it. Trespassing. Who put these up? The slam dunk about the mosquitoes taped to my door. You know, when there's a peeping Tom running around town, this is all done at the same time. People in Onancock have guns in their house. You know, what's going on with this? Do we have an ordinance that says before you hand something like this out, you should register at town hall? The only information on this is the telephone number for town hall. It looks like it came from you guys. And I'm pretty sure this didn't come from you guys. And by the way, I'm in favor of mosquito spraying, not this stupid nonsense. Thank you.
Margie. Margie's good. Patsy Feldhausen. You're good. Jay Miller.
It's kind of wobbly. Well, the reason I'm here is in regards to the public hearing. We really need more notice as to what's involved with the public hearing, what it's for, and why everybody should show up. I mean, the developer, you know, would rely on the fact
Excuse me, what public hearing are you referring to?
This
We
is
got two-
this is for the rezoning for the
Eller
for the
property.
property,
Okay,
right?
thank you.
That's.
Just want to make sure people
next
know what
to
you're
your-
talking about. Yeah,
right.
thank you.
The the fact that I've only really seen the manager minute, that was a good idea. And the tiny print on the back of page 35 of the Eastern Shore News. And that's all of the publicity that we've seen. Well, any of the notice that we've seen for the upcoming Planning Commission public hearing. So I mean, we need to put, I mean, on the town's Facebook page, you know, Weezer needs to be involved. We need to talk to Eastern Shore, have somebody, or at least somebody on there, you know, one of their people to come and at least make some effort to you know, to show some of the details of what's going to happen. Right now, this is almost like a replay of what happened with the Accomack County approval of the 450 townhouses, and also for Duncan Manor, which I didn't realize they had that too. And they also have the property in between, the one that we're talking about here that we're having a public meeting on, and where the whatever that the private airfield was. Now, the developer owns that too. So I would think that with 450 plus 220 workforce houses should be more than enough to satisfy any kind of growth that we're talking about here in Hancock, because it's going to double the population. Also, what really cracks me up is the placement of it. So here we have Hancock Main Street. Welcome to Hancock, and what you see right behind their sign is going to be a whole raft of multi-story townhouses squished together right before you're trying to get to historic downtown Hancock, and it's a bad look. And it's going to add to the traffic and all the other things that that we don't need anymore. So 450 plus 220, that's 770 dwellings. I would think that that's got to be enough. So we need to get the word out, and that's my comment to them. We really need to.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay. All right, public comment, mayor's report. There's really not too much. I mean, the basketball court is being paved, what, next week, right? Right, yeah, so that's definitely in the works. It's been in the manager's minutes about the basketball court. It's not, we're not doing. The mosquito handout, that town had nothing to do with that. I don't think there's an ordinance against somebody walking up, as long as they don't put it in the post office, in your mailbox, right? You just can't put it in your mailbox, so, but the town, you're right, probably the group should have indicated who put that out, and because it did look, maybe it looked like it came from the town, yeah. Okay, a couple things, new town sign, I think everybody's seen that, really a huge improvement. It's lit at night. If you haven't seen it at night, it's very impressive at night. It's got some pretty neat lettering that kind of comes through. I assume we're going to tear down the old sign at some point and do a little planning around that. Yeah. I'd like to thank Hancock Main Street. The new mural is up, and there's another one coming on the side of Market Street Grill that's going to be started next Thursday. And I think that should pretty much complete the mural project, correct?
The only one remaining, the only one remaining is the mosaic.
Oh, the mosaic, yeah, right. That's
38.
at some point that's coming up too, yeah. All right. I attended the Sam Outlaw Lunchbox meeting on Saturday, and glad to see a lot of, most council was there. It was really a wonderful event. That's really an asset to us. I had a little conversation with Gerald, and I think he's going to be presenting us with a plan at the next meeting about there's some work that needs to be done at that building. And he's got just some routine maintenance to stabilize it, and then he's got a plan. I think he's going to give us some, I think we need to put him on the agenda next month. That is a town-owned property. I don't know if people are aware of that, but the town does own the Sam Outlaw building, and we need to take care of it. right, I think that's about all I have. Town managers report?
Okay. I'll go through the financials first. It's 1 month into the year, so we're 8% through the year, and we're exactly that number with revenue and less than that with expenditures. So we're probably about 1% to the good. There were no extraordinary events during the month that I'm aware of, and none that hit this financial. If you go to page 29, that's our cash report. Our cash numbers are up 27% year over year. Total cash and reserves is up 32% year over year. We're just about to recast the reserve policy based on the most recent audit. So we'll have some rebalancing to do in the next month or two with that. But the cash position and reserve position is quite strong. And then there's a new report that I prepared for this year on page 31. And that's showing, because we had such an aggressive capital improvement plan for the year, we've got $954,000 budgeted. I wanted everybody to be able to see exactly what was happening, when it was happening, and how it's happening. So this report gives a status update on all of the capital projects and how much money has been spent toward budget. The next grouping says ARPA, and that's what was left at the end of the year. Less what is spent shows what is currently remaining to spend, and we've got $70,232 left to spend. We'll have that spent long before the 12/31/26 deadline. And then the source of funds, this is a report that shows grant activity. So it shows which grants are there, where we got the grants from, the total grant amount, any income that we receive, any spending that we've done, and any amount that's owed to the town. So you can see that there's still $1,965 owed to the town from DHCD for the Northeast renovation, or revitalization rather. The other grant was the VTC printing and advertising reimbursement, and we got a grant for 20. We spent 20 and we received reimbursement for 20. So that's closed at zero balance. So that's the new report there. Thank you. As far as the manager's report is concerned, that I'm going to kind of skim through this. We're inching together the installation of our street signs as they go through. I think they look great, and the guys are doing a super job making sure that they're secure. Our wayfinding, we're going back and forth with VDOT right now to get their final recommendations on sign content. And once we get that back, their suggestions back anyway, the committee will meet again. The paving, we're getting a patch done on Crockett Street. That's a horrible mess up there. And we're also repairing the Parker Street pothole at the same time, and we're paving the basketball court that same day. So whether it's the end of this week or early next week, all of those repairs and improvements are going to be done. The irrigation system for the town square, it's been designed. They have a couple new heads that they wanted to put in, but I didn't understand why. Plus, they didn't take into account the new sidewalks that were part of the tree board design. So I want to make sure that they get those factored into how they install that. So that's not quite ready to go. You mentioned the sign up front. I think it looks fantastic. There's a lot of good work that went into that. We met regarding the Queen Street project. We have sent back with the engineer what I believe will be the last draft before we bring the property owners in and show it to them with what we're going to do. As soon as we get, I guess, final agreement on that, that's when I'll put the sealed bid together and go out to bid for the paving. Part of that was the Southeast Crescent Regional Commission grant. That was for infrastructures. That's a very competitive grant. I applied for $550,000. I was able to justify that with costs and some other things. So I'll be very surprised and very happy if we get that. We've got a planning commission public hearing coming up on the 8th. The sign for the restrooms and for Main Street is in production now. Eastern Shore Signs is doing that work. And we already talked about the BLA. So that's it. Oh, and wait, I forgot. God, you even told me. It's like a sieve up here. We have a blood drive coming up on
It's on
Dave, September 3rd. Thank you. September 3rd. Okay. So we've already had 11 people sign up to donate, and we've got several spots available. So please, if not you, invite a friend to donate. It saves a lot of lives. And they have a new app that shows you where your blood went and how it was used. It's really very cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, where is it?
Here.
Here.
Questions for Lisa?
When are we going to get the audit?
We got last Friday, we got the draft. Fletcher and I both signed off on the letter, the engagement letter, sent it back to them. So at this point, they're just binding it.
When will we see the audit?
Great meeting. My turn?
Yep.
Parker Street, I'm glad to see the potholes going to be
Mhm.
paved. That street is not in good shape.
Well,
Do we have a list of priority of paving of streets?
Well, we put together, if you remember, in the CIP for this year's budget, we put $100,000 a year for the next 4 years. And that's if council decides to move forward with that level of funding, then I'll be able to come back and give you quotes on what it's going to take to get that road and others up to the place where we'd like to see them.
I bike around town and
Yeah.
you get an up close view of the streets.
Mhm. Hopefully not too close.
Oh, that's a good, and
Yeah.
also the curb height on that is
Mm.
really high. The idle fund does not seem to be in the budget. Is it idling or renamed
It's on the cash report.
on page 29? Yeah, where?
Oh, it says cash reserve savings account. Yeah, I just put it that way so you'd understand what it meant, but it's just a savings account, idle cash.
Sorry, where on the page?
Cash reserves.
Cash reserves, top line of the reserves.
Thank you.
Yep,
And one last question.
sure.
With the Queen Street renovation.
Yeah.
Queen Street is a town street,
Yes,
two-way?
that's the proposal that's going forward, yes.
Okay, good. So a two-way street is how much I know one way is 70 feet, isn't it, Matt?
No, one way can be as low as 14 to 15 feet. Two-way, you need about 24 feet, and the engineer scaled it out for us. Yeah,
That's it?
yeah, well, I mean, my truck's not quite 10 feet wide, so, but, so that's, they'll come back with that, but he scaled it out for the group and showed that there was ample room to legally make it two-way. But that's gonna go before the property owners for their thoughts.
I guess I'm thinking of VDOT approved streets.
Yeah,
That
no,
would-
this will never be a VDOT approved street.
Cindy?
Comment?
Sarah?
I have several questions. First one, on the entry sign, the comment was that the cost fit easily in the town square / entry sign budget. The project was paid for with ARPA funds.
Mhm.
And my question is, does the increase in expense of the sign beyond what at least I thought it would be, constrict what can be done in the town square?
No, this year we were only planning on doing the irrigation and the grass, and I'm hoping to get the sidewalks in. We didn't know about the sidewalks when we put the budget originally together. So we have enough to do the irrigation and the grass revitalization, and I'm going to try to squeeze in the sidewalks, but I don't know the order of magnitude of those yet.
Okay, and then another question that I've asked about, and the first time, the reason that it couldn't be done because it was winter, and now we're looking to, what is it, 8 months since the hydrant on King Street was
Yeah.
messed up.
That's a
Is that,
staffing issue.
is that,
Through the summer, we have people taking vacation just like every other company does. And I'm averaging 2 people per week, and I can't do that project with 2 people. So I'm waiting until we get, and it should be sometime in the next 3 weeks. I've got to do a connection up on Watson Street for the new Habitat House.
Mhm.
So they're going to do the sewer and water for that. And then I've got a small leak on Kerr Street up in the 70 block, and they need to get that done. I'm waiting on getting our mud hog back from the small engine repair fella. And then after that, I've got the fire hydrant plan.
Okay.
So I don't
And-
mean to say that it's third, but it's just the way it's working out.
well, here's hoping the other 2 can go so that one can go too.
Yeah, I agree.
And will there be, what will the surface be in the area that's now gravel once the hydrant itself is
Oh, we'll
repaired?
asphalt that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
And other questions on the financial report on, now I really am talking about page 14. In the expenditures, there's a mention of expenditures for sewer, which was not budgeted because that's HRSD now. So I'm just curious
Right.
what the nature of that was.
We pay them at the wholesale rate for them to handle the wastewater and treat it. So we also got the revenue of 88,000 up above. So we got 88,000 in revenue and 15,000 in expense. So we've
Okay.
got 73 and to the good.
Okay, I just was curious why both of those are listed as no budget.
Because we didn't budget them, we don't know when they're going to close on those pump houses.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any-
we've got 6 of those things that,
Any more news on those?
no, we're transferring over the billing to HRSD. And one of the questions I asked them was when we turn the switch over and we take the automatic read meters, they have to turn at the same time the influent meter, which is what they measure what comes into the plant, and we get billed for that.
Mhm.
They're going to stop billing us because they're going to be taking it over in all of the billing. But we don't have we still have the risk of the collection system. So I'm pushing them a little bit to say, you can't take our revenue and leave us with the expenditure and the risk.
Mhm.
We've got to match those 2 up. So we're going back and forth now. So I'll let you know how
Okay.
that turns out.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then just a definition, what is interfund, the last line on that page?
Sure. With fund accounting, each fund is like a silo, and each silo has to be in perfect balance. The 2 nets, debit and credit, have to equal 0. When we pay, for example, the payroll for Fund 51, which is the water,
Okay,
that we pay it from the only checking account we've got. So we pay from Fund 10 for a Fund
So it's a
51.
it's an
It's a
internal
yeah,
transfer?
it's a self-balancing entry between the 2.
Thank you.
Actually,
Wait, that was just that page. Sorry. On page 31, the new report,
Yeah,
the header at the top, it says as of July 31st, but then just below that, spent as of, it says June 30th.
right.
Is that really June 30th or
It
is it?
really is. What
Okay.
what it means is how much have we spent up to the point where the current fiscal year begins? So that shows you how much was left to spend beginning 7/1. And then it says what's expended during the 2026 year to date.
Okay,
And that tells you what was spent in prior years, what was spent in this year, and how much is left to spend.
thank you.
Yep.
Then for the grant activity source of funds, could there be some kind of subheading to say grants or something?
Source of funds for the grants like DHCD.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, these are grants and that's why they're separate.
Oh, sure.
And what does FMS expenditures from that stand for?
Where are you seeing that?
On the very last line with text.
Oh, Southern Software Financial Management System. That, what I've got is, if you looked carefully, you'll see on the front page, there are 3 points that say okay. And that just means it's been triple checked between the financial management system, the database that these are coming from, and then the specific departmental reports.
Okay, so it's just a
making sure-
checksum.
It is just a checksum, yep.
Thank you.
That it?
Sort of in line with Mr. Smith's comments, I noticed that the number of police incidents was up a good bit, both from the previous July and from the previous month. So are there any thoughts on that?
Well, Chief's coming
as
to do his
a
report. in
fluke
person
or
next month.
trend?
Yeah, I can't speak to that because
Okay.
he does the reporting, so I'll just make sure that when he comes in next month to give his report on the 22nd, that he addresses that question.
Okay, thank you
Okay.
very much.
Sure.
Now I've finished. Thank you. Sorry for the delay.
Ashley?
No question.
Elmore?
No.
Good.
Yeah, I think what I was on.
All righty. Manager, police report, I think, like I said, the chief will be here next month to look at that. I tell you, the numbers are so low on that. If you're a statistician, I mean, one thing changes. It's like, it's just plain luck, if you
Well,
only, if you only
one
have two
thing in
incidents-
one category, but
I know, if
when
you-
you take them in aggregate,
Yeah, I know, but still, it's it's weird. All right. Okay, I guess we're on town council comments. Omar,
I'm good. I'm good.
Ashley?
I guess, not sure if this is, I'm not sure. I think the biggest thing I like to say is coming into the town, driving into the town, how good the sign looks. I thought it looked good last week, but then I noticed the sculpture that was placed on top. So I'm not sure if that was today or exactly when, but I noticed that today and I thought it was spot on. So it's probably
Thank you.
one of the best signs I've seen, so.
Thank you.
Sarah?
just wanted to say again whoops, now I got to hit my microphone after telling other people. What a great event it was at the blacksmith shop on Saturday with the demo and the booths and the food and the people talking, and that was really super. And I'm hoping that this Saturday the movie will be a similar mix of everybody over town and also a good time. Yes, that would be great too.
Cindy?
Well, coming third, I'd like to echo Sarah and Fletcher's comments about last weekend's event at the Outlaw Museum. It was really a nice event, a definite opportunity to socialize with people you might not see every day. And it was just a lot of fun, good food. Thank you.
I think I've covered all my comments
we-
already. You left. I leaked. I got there later.
All right, Lisa?
Same as Cindy and Sarah. I really enjoyed the event and it grew from last year. So hopefully we can continue that trend.
Okay. Do we have a motion to go into closed session?
I move that we enter closed session to discuss the town manager's performance evaluation as allowed by Virginia State Code Section 2.2-3711A, or A.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we will come back out in closed session, but just to adjourn, no further business, yeah. No,
No.
What? Why is that? Okay, all right. Okay,